And welcome to day 15 of Ellegras Advent. As I'm sure you know, we are now only 10 days away from the big day, and today I will be reviewing the December Birchbox. However, there is something that I would like to say that is very, very important to me before I start this video. Now, very recently I went to my doctor's about a personal female issue, and I was refused a smear test because I am only 23. Now, my paternal grandmother died very, very young of cervical cancer. Also, I have known people personally that have suffered from cervical cancer from a young age, and I think this is a good platform for me to say this, that I'm really, really, really trying to push the minimum age of having smear tests to 21. It is at this precise moment 25. Now, to me, that is ridiculous. Now, as I said, I am 23 years old. I have been experiencing all of the symptoms of cervical cancer recently. Obviously, I'm hoping and I'm praying that it's something completely different. I have been given medication, which I'm really hoping will work. However, if it doesn't work, I do then have to go back to my doctors and have some swabs done, etc., etc. If I do have abnormal cells, or if I am suffering, it isn't going to wait 2 years before it rears its ugly head. It's not going to do that. And I think it's ridiculous that somebody can go to their GP and show symptoms of something so awful and not be able to be tested for it. Now, I was not the person that mentioned this to my doctor. I mentioned my symptoms and he came up with the cervical cancer word. It hadn't even crossed my mind until that point. However, obviously now I'm in a right old state, because, you know, that's a terrifying thing to be told. But yes, basically I thought this was an excellent platform to be able to put out there that this is kind of my intention, to try and lower the minimum age of smear testing in women from 25 to 21. If this is something that you agree with and something that you would wish to follow, then please say something. I don't know, if you're a video creator, create a video about it. If you are really, really big on Twitter, just start something and try and, you know, make a change in the world. So now that miserableness is all out of the way, I'm going to be reviewing the December Birchbox. Now, I got mine a couple of days ago, and I've just been kind of playing and fiddling with the stuff that's inside. So yeah, I'm just going to be talking about the stuff that I got. The first thing I want to mention is the packaging. Look at it. That is so festive, so gorgeous. It's by the designer Matthew Williamson, and it's just beautiful. I mean, look at it. That is just, it's got like a shiny front. Honestly, this is just like, it's so amazing. It's honestly, it's freaking awesome. But yeah, so I opened up my Birchbox, and the first thing I actually realised about this month's Birchbox is that it was heavy. Heavy, you know, Birchboxes generally aren't actually that heavy. However, this one was, and this is the reason why. This is the Beija Paris Gommage Festin Royal Body Scrub with caramelized honey, and it comes in this little glass jar, which I absolutely love. I love it when these sorts of products come in like reusable jars, or just like really cute jars. Now, as you can see, I have used this. It smells heavenly. Smells absolutely delightful, and it's awesome. I've used it once. You're only supposed to use it once a week. Obviously, just because it is a scrub and it can be quite harsh on the skin if you use it more than that. But I've used this once. It's got some delicious feeling oil in it, and it's obviously it's a sugar scrub, so it's not as like abrasive as a salt scrub or something like that. But it definitely works, and it leaves you smelling absolutely gorgeous, and it leaves your skin feeling so soft as well. So I'm really happy about this. You get 50 grams, which is a reasonable amount, considering this is like a glass jar, and Baija is quite a high, like not high end, but it's reasonably high end brand. I think it's a good size. It's really good for traveling, so it will fit nicely. It is, I think it's the regulation air travel size, so you could take this on a flight if you're going away maybe. And it smells really like luxurious and really Christmassy, and I think that's kind of the overall like idea of this box, is it's kind of like little treats for the festive season that can make you feel a bit better, maybe is a little something you wouldn't normally do or buy yourself sort of thing. So yeah, this retails for £14.90 on the Birchbox website, which to me that is quite an expensive body scrub, but like I said, it is a quite high-end brand. So yeah, so that was the thing that was causing the heaviness. And the next thing that I pulled out was this, and this is the Pixi by Petra Shea Butter Lip Balm. Now, I've never actually used anything by Pixi before. I've heard a lot about, you know, their toners and stuff like that, but yeah, I received this lip balm and I've tried it. It's really nice. It's kind of slightly tinted, however it doesn't like it sort of just slips back down into the tube, so it doesn't like stay up very well. So it's quite tricky to show you, but yep, it smells okay. It does smell kind of like chemically and a little bit sort of manufactured, if you know what I mean, but it does work. It feels really nice. Will be really good for those nasty chap lips over the winter. I think this would make a really lovely stocking filler, something like this, just because it's kind of pretty looking. It is cheap, crappy packaging, which I'm kind of disappointed about, but you know, it works. It does last quite a while, and it really does moisturize the lips. So if you do suffer with like a chapped lip, then this could really help. Or you know, whatever. And if also, because this is tinted, it kind of adds like a little something to your lips, like if you don't want to wear a lipstick or whatever, so it adds a little something. And yeah, this retails for £8, which to me that's a lot of money for what is effectively just like a chapstick. You know, you could buy something so similar for so much less. It's just because of the name on it. It's just because it's Pixi, which annoys me. You know, I found that something like a chapstick actually has slightly more sturdy packaging, so I would be slightly concerned about sticking this in my handbag. But yeah, so then there was that. And the next thing I pulled out is something I'm really excited about, because I've wanted to try this, but I didn't want to spend all of the money on it, if you know what I mean. Sorry, burping. It happens to me every single video. I don't know why. And it is this. This is the Nip and Fab Kale Fix Moisturiser. Now, obviously, this is a travel size. You only get 10ml. However, you really don't need a lot of this product for it to do what it's meant to do. Yeah, this is their Kale Fix Moisturiser. Now, I've heard a lot about this. I know that Emma's Rectangle really loves this. I will leave her link in the description box down below. She really likes this, so I was like, okay, I really want to give it a go. And the smell is gorgeous. Like, it smells so nice, and it feels really luxurious. I mean, Nip and Fab are kind of middle of the road. They're actually really cheap for like skincare, and considering their quality, they are very cheap for their quality. I think this is £8.95 for the full size. So again, obviously everything will be linked down below, but I absolutely adore this. I've been using it and it makes my skin feel so good. Like, normally with a moisturizer, literally within like the first day or two of using it, I will start to break out if my skin's not used to it. This hasn't done that. This has literally just worked, and I think it's brilliant, and I would definitely purchase the big size of this. Okay, now this thing I think everybody got in their Birchboxes. I don't think this was different in anywhere, but this is the Spectrum BO4 brush. So it's sort of like an angled crease brush, I think. Like, it's kind of a weird looking brush. Like, I'm not really sure what it's meant for. It's synthetic. It's a nice long handle, so you can really get like a nice light touch with it. Yeah, long handle, nice light touch, feels really nice. Like I said, it's synthetic. I know from experience that the Spectrum brushes wash really, really well. They maintain their shape, they don't shed. So yes, I was really happy to receive this brush, the Spectrum BO4. It's really fantastic. I know that Spectrum brushes aren't cheap. I don't know how much these are individually, but I will try and find out for you. But yeah, I know they're not cheap, I know they're not a cheap brush brand, but they are one of the best. I have the Spectrum AO5, I believe, over there, and it's like my favourite brush for bronzing and contouring ever, so yeah. And the last thing that I received, now I've seen these like reviewed by all of the beauty gurus, you know, Tati's done them, Manny MUA's done them, and these are the May Couture highlighter papers. Now I have the shade Crystal Cove. I thought, just to make things a little bit exciting, I might actually try one of these out for you guys on camera whilst reviewing. So I know these aren't cheap. I think they're £12 for like 5 or 6 sheets, so they're not cheap. I do not have particularly high expectations for this, but we'll give it a go and we shall see. Like I said, mine is in the shade Crystal Cove, which is kind of like a pinky highlighter. So we're just going to give it a shot, and I'm just going to like rub it onto my high points of my cheeks, and we will see what happens. Oh, okay. Oh. It's worked. Like, you may not be able to see it all that well in the camera, but it's worked. Like, I did. Look. I did not expect it to actually do something. My goodness. It's a nice, like, paley pinky colour. It'll be really, really good for, like, the festive season. I am shocked that that's worked. I mean, I don't think it's worth 12 quid, but as something that was just kind of gimmicky and a bit like, oh, that's not going to work, is it? It's actually worked. I'm actually quite impressed. I mean, like I say, it's all over my fingers. Like, it's definitely not worth the money they're asking for it, considering you get like 5 sheets. So that's like 10 applications maybe if you can use it twice. So I don't think it's worth that, but I'm really shocked that that worked. Like, I'm really surprised that that worked. What is happening with my lighting? A minute ago I was blue. Look, now you can see it better. Like, look at that. Like, it has actually worked. It sort of clung to like little bits of texture on my skin, but it's actually worked. I'm really surprised. Who would have thought? But yeah, they retail for £12, which I definitely do not think is worth it. Like £2, £3 maybe, but £12, definitely not. So that is the end of today's video. Like I said, I will leave everything linked down below, plus all of the other places you can find me at. I love you all very, very much, and please come back tomorrow for day 16 of Ellegras Advent. Bye bye!